that spells Rotary.
I'm going to show the presentation that I shared earlier, or I think it was back in October, once again, so bear with me if it's a familiar presentation. We'll go into greater detail on that. Let me. I apologize, I'm a little slow. Can everybody see the presentation right now?
Looks good, Valarie.
Okay.
Looks good.
For some reason, my computer's been pretty slow. Okay. Let me. Okay. So as I said before, we as a club here really want to continue the mission and the vision established by the Rotary International. And I wanted to explain a little further about Rotary International and the way it is broken up. Rotary International is broken up into various Rotary clubs similar to ours. Okay, there is a different branch which supports clubs worldwide, and then there's the foundation as well. Today we're going to focus specifically on the foundation and what its purpose is and how we continue to support Rotary Foundation. As we know, Rotary Foundation continues to help fund our humanitarian efforts worldwide. The foundation basically transforms our gifts of money into service projects that change the lives of individuals close to home and around the world. And since it was founded more than 100 years ago, the foundation has spent more than $4 billion on these sustainable projects. And with our help, we could continue to serve the community around the world. Some examples of the various projects. So I know in previous club meetings, there have been conversations about grant money and applying for those funds. Typically, the foundation awards in these different areas. From this screen here, the foundation has awarded $86,677,399 in funds to approximately 1,300 grants during the 2018 year. And the breakdown is as such: most of the funds going towards preventing disease. The next, providing clean water, supporting education, growing local economies, saving mothers and children, and also promoting peace. Now, as we know, with the different initiatives, they are funded through our dollars. And you may have gone to the Rotary International or Rotary.org website and has seen the Donate Now option. So this is just a screenshot. If you were to go to Rotary.org, the header would look something like this, where you can actually select Donate and put your dollars to work. And you could actually specify how you want your funds sent. They will ask you questions such as these. Would you like it to go to the annual fund, which is one big pocket of money, or polio, or a world fund, or disaster response fund? Majority of us typically select the annual fund here. Again, you would select where you're coming from and how you want your donation to be charged. If it's a one-time donation or a recurring donation, again, you would just select how you would want that to be processed. And not only do we want to donate just because it's the right thing and a good thing to do, but Rotary recognizes many individuals who are giving each and every year. And they have established an individual and a club recognition program. We've mentioned this many times, but I really wanted to emphasize that it's important to recognize the individuals as well. So you can actually check to see how you're moving along in the recognition process. One such recognition is the Rotary Foundation Sustaining Member, and this recognition is given when you give $100 or more per year to the annual fund. We've also mentioned the Paul Harris Fellow, and these are individuals who have given $1,000 or more to the annual fund, or Polio Plus, or an approved foundation grant. And to recognize someone else as a Paul Harris Fellow, you can give that amount in their name as well. So not only can you be recognized as yourself, but you could gift that to another individual who will also get that recognition as a Paul Harris Fellow. There's club recognition as well. Every Rotarian, every year club this is given to clubs that achieve a minimum annual fund contribution of $100 per capita during the Rotary year. And every dues paying member must personally contribute at least the $25. So if we've all done that and we get that average minimum of $100 per individual, we would get that recognition for every Rotarian, every year club. The other recognition that we hope to work towards is the 100% Foundation Giving Club. And this recognition is given to clubs that achieve an average of $100 per capita, giving 100% participation, with every paying member contributing at least $25 to any or all of the following during a Rotary year. And I end this with just this reminder that together we see a world where people unite and take action to create lasting change across the globe, in our communities and in ourselves. Once again, consider giving if you have not already done so. It's relatively easy, so I'm going to stop sharing that right now and go to my my Rotary page. It was a little slower earlier, but I'm hoping it will. Sorry, let's try this one here.
Wow. Okay.
It was a little slower this morning, but it looks like we're moving along here. So again, when you go to that Rotary.org website, if you go to My Rotary, and and sign in. First, please make sure you only have one account. So I've realized I have multiple accounts, and we have since tried to get that fixed. But once you log in, you will still see that donate option. On the screen, you can also access previous donations as well. If I wish to donate, once again, it's as simple as clicking donate, waiting a minute, and as I had mentioned before, you can select one of the featured causes, or you could even dig a little deeper and you can actually see some of those specifics there. I chose this year to donate to the annual fund. If you scroll down, you can make this donation in honor of someone or the memory of someone. You can select, as I said before, if it's a one-time donation or a reoccurring donation. And the amount that you wish, again, if you wanted to meet that $200 criteria, again, you would select other, click 200 or more if you would prefer, and enter your personal information, your credit card information, billing address, and submit. Any questions at this time?
Yeah, I got a question, Valerie.
And I have a question too, so after, I'll let you go.
I got some confusion between dollars donated and points. You know, you talk in the Trumpet article about various point levels for doing this and for doing that. And what's the relationship between the points and the dollars? And how does this thing work?
How does this thing work? Okay, hopefully I can do my very best. Unfortunately, I don't have access to the point breakdown where I'm at right here, but let me see. Stop sharing here. There is, let me see.
Let me ask Ken just a clarification. Or is your confusion on points in regards to the club points and the district points that can be applied?
Well, apparently it gets so many points for doing this or for doing that. But
What?
What's the relationship between the dollars you're putting in and the points that you're getting?
Okay, let me answer that, Valerie. You donate your dollars.
Yeah.
The club, our club, this year is doing a program where if you donate $200, we will match that $200 with 200 of the club points. The club gets points awarded to it for the donations. And we've amassed as a club a lot of points. So we want to use them. And we think that it's beneficial to encourage people to donate by saying we'll match your donation. So you can donate $200 and the club will match with 200 points and you'll get credit for a $400 donation.
So you're saying it's 1 for 1?
Yeah.
Up to
Yeah.
200 points.
Yes, 1 to 1.
So how do you get notified if someone went online and did the $200? How would you be able to match it?
I look at a report.
Oh, okay. So there's a report behind the scenes that you would do your thing with?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I want to donate the 200 right now. Ken, can I have your credit card number?
Oh, John.
So the example I had in the Trumpet was that if you donate $400, let's say, and this is an example, to the annual fund, the club will match $200 of that. And if you don't have a Paul Harris fellow, then the district will match $400 in district points. So by donating $400 yourself, you'll get 200 points from the club and 400 points from the district, and you will get your first Paul Harris Fellow.
What?
So you could reach the $1,000 threshold with a $400 donation.
That's right.
And so Dennis, this is just this year, they're just trying to encourage people to make the $400 donation.
Exactly.
I don't, oh, okay,
Exactly.
okay. It's kind of like an incentive thing for this year.
It's
Okay.
an incentive thing for this year until the points are gone at the
see.
district level.
At the district level, okay.
So, Dennis, if you only donate 200, will the district also match the 200?
If you're not a Paul Harris Fellow.
Oh, okay. So this is only for brand new Paul Harris people.
Correct.
Okay.
So, oh, okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
At the district limit is Paul Harris. The club will match, period.
Right. Okay.
All right?
That makes sense, okay.
And
So,
I have a document that explains the breakdown of foundation recognition points and some of the most frequently asked questions too.
So Valarie, I have a question, and Dennis, you are probably good. You have the club per capita. So the club itself needs to donate, the club donates, I've just forgotten. The club donates as a club $100 for that one paragraph and then $100 to the foundation. But then in addition, to be every Rotarian, every whatever that thing was, every member needs to donate a minimum of 25, but the club itself donates the $100. Is that what I'm understanding, Valarie?
The members of the club. So
The members of the club.
members of the club to be fulfilling their individual gift. And all the members within the club were, I mean, so if I were to give a gift of $100 and you were to give a gift of $100, maybe the next person gave a gift of $200.
Mhm.
Again, that total is then averaged on amongst the members there. But say maybe another member didn't give $100, but we meet that $25 minimum and everybody giving to equate to about $100 per member.
Are we giving to the club or giving to the,
The fund,
yeah, who, when you say giving, who are we giving that to?
to the foundation.
To the
To
foundation.
the foundation, okay,
Yeah.
Rotary International Foundation.
right,
Yeah.
okay.
International Foundation.
The club has a foundation as well. And that's what our fundraising goes to, that we donate to these local groups. This is the Rotary International Foundation that does Polio Plus and these other big programs.
Yolanda, maybe a point of clarification. Every time a member of our club makes a donation to the RI Foundation,
Mhm.
the club is given points. And the club board can award those points any way it wants to.
Okay.
The board has chosen to do this matching program because it believes it's got a bucket of points, and it's one way to encourage the newer members to participate. But
Okay.
we could give 1,000 points as an award to a new member that did something extraordinary and saying, here's your Paul Harris. The club is simply saying, we've got a bucket of points here. We're going to try to incentivize all the members to participate. So we will match your cash donation up to $200, up to 200 points.
Yeah, I think that's the part I understand. The part I don't understand is the per capita thing of the club having to be every Rotarian, every member. I guess it's just still a little, it's always been confusing to me, but it's still confusing. So
Well, it's because every time a donation is made, the club bucket of points grows. You
Oh,
follow me?
That's not it, Vicky? You're saying that's
I
not
don't
it?
think that's what you're talking about.
Is
No,
awarded-
that's not what I'm talking about. I don't think you're
No,
right.
I think what you're talking about is in order to be a sustaining member, you
Yes,
yourself have to donate at least $100.
but it
and-
says something about the club has to donate 100
Mm.
per capita. That's what it said.
Well, that's a different program, and that's when each person donates at least $25.
To the foundation,
That's a
Or-
club level.
to the club.
National Foundation.
Now, why is this
So
confusing?
confused.
Yeah, it's very confusing. I understand what you're saying, but I think it's still confusing, Vicky. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, the confusion is that you're donating to the International Fund, and the club, if all our members donate, can get a recognition award for all our clubs donating to the International Fund.
Okay, so the club itself doesn't have to donate $100. That's what it says in the thing, I think, that the club donates 100 for sustaining members, but it's really not the club donating, it's every member donating at least $100
Correct.
for the club to be recognized as a sustaining member.
Yeah, in other
Okay,
words, they're gonna give an award for the member donating, but they also want to recognize the club, incentivizing all the members
Okay.
to donate.
So my question to you, Drexel, as the big poo-ha for the governor, what's the percentage of the clubs in your District 6 or whatever are sustaining members? Do you know that number, that data, Drexel? 50%, 30%, 10%?
Well, there's 5 clubs in our group.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 Covinas, West Covina, Greater San Gabriel Valley, and Industry. My memory is Industry is a 100% sustaining. Covina, maybe. West Covina, absolutely not. San Gabriel Valley, not. I don't think West Covina Sunrise is.
Okay,
West
so
Covina Sunrise
you're
is not
talking
done.
about 20% maybe, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so it's for sure 1, maybe 2 clubs,
Mm-hmm.
but
And
it
do you-
really has to do with how much the club really pushes the members to participate.
Sure. I think you're right. And then my other clarification, the grants that that Valarie shared with us, the 86 billion, million, whatever it is, that's those small district grants that you said we shouldn't even bother to apply for because they're just such a headache, are part of that money, the $1,300 grants, right? 1,300 grants that were awarded. No, that's different.
You're
Okay.
mixing apples and oranges.
Okay.
What Valarie talked about was the grants that RI does for projects all over the world.
Okay.
That's a subject. For every dollar members of our club donate to RI, several things happen. You get points as an individual.
Okay.
The club gets points to use as it wants,
Okay.
and those points are totaled. So at the end of the year, let's assume for a moment that our club of 24 members each did 100.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
$2,400.
Okay.
That $2,400 then is ranked against all the other clubs in the district
Okay.
for a district grant pot of money.
Oh.
So let's assume the district has a pot of money of X.
Okay.
Our $2,400 is then ratioed to the other clubs in the district,
Okay.
and you then get access to a grant of X. Our club, not having done much, has a pot of 500 and some in the district grant pot that
Okay,
you can apply for.
okay.
You follow me?
Yeah, that's very.
I've used
that
a lot
helps.
of words, but
That
I'm
helps a lot.
talking about different
Yeah, different
different
things.
pots.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
Mary?
Drex, where does the district get their funding from? Where does that pot of money that the district have where does it come from?
The district gets dues paid by every member. Part of your dues that you pay goes to the district, but the grant money is the district gets money from RI International. Of the total pot that RI gets, they share a piece of that with each district.
Okay. So as individual members, we donate to our club and we
Yeah.
donate to RI.
We don't really donate to our club.
Yeah, we do. She does through the foundation if you participate in the events that we have, I think is what Meredith's talking, like
but
our 5K and all that kind of stuff, right?
Oh,
Meredith?
that, yeah.
That's what you're talking. No, no.
No, my question is, okay, now I'm confused again. Dues, Duxel, you just said dues, our dues. Explain that.
Those are not really
Well, you
donations.
haven't been invoiced. We haven't invoiced you because of this pandemic. But each member would get a bill or an invoice from the treasurer for club dues
Okay,
that include dues for the club and district and RI dues. All that gets lumped into. You don't get a billing from the district or RI. The club gets billed from the district and RI a set amount based on the number of members. We turn around and assess our members' dues that include all of that, dues for the club, and when we're active, meals as appropriate. That would be the invoice that you would get.
all
You
right.
follow me?
I do. That clarified a lot. My next question is, you kind of, your mic went out when you were mentioning an invoice.
We haven't been invoicing because of the pandemic.
Okay.
We
Okay,
will be invoicing when the board says, okay, we're done with this, we need to invoice. And the board just asked the treasurer to suspend invoicing for now because we weren't sure how to do the invoicing. That
gotcha.
will be coming at some point. The board is going to tell the treasurer, this is what we want you to do.
Okay,
So,
got it.
Mary, what we pay to the club are actually fees. Those are not donations. So the donations that you're making are to Rotary International, and then that's the one that gets where they award points, and then Rotary International gives some of those points to each district, and then the district has the opportunity to break it down between their clubs. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, those are the donations.
Okay, thank you.
And our club gets donations primarily from the Heart of the Valley fundraiser that we do.
Right.
And that's the money that our club foundation uses to grant to the various teacher mini grants and these various other programs, Hands Across the Border, those kinds of things.
Okay. Now it's coming clearer.
Yeah,
It
Dennis,
is confusing.
Dennis, I don't mean to correct the president, but I want to make sure that we're clear. The biggest fundraiser we have as a club is the Heart of the Valley, but our foundation gets numerous donations for a lot of the projects. Some members and some outside people feel compelled to send a check in for teacher mini grants, for
Hands are up.
various projects. And our foundation would welcome any check for any project or anything you want to do. Some people give the foundation, the club foundation, a check instead of bringing stuff for the Thanksgiving baskets.
Right.
The foundation would welcome a check for any project, or just to say, hey, I hit the lotto, here's a check.
Yeah.
And we do have members that do give to the foundation. So we're always open to that for the club foundation to receive funds. The president's absolutely was right. The biggest fundraiser we do is the Heart of the Valley.
Yeah, and I think clarification, Meredith, that the foundation is a 501c3. It's a registered charity. So like if you have any of your charities that you support, it is a charitable and it can give you tax deduction for your gift. That's, I think, the distinction. So I created for our foundation, I don't know, more than 10 or 12, I don't know how many years ago it was, so that we could have that capability, primarily because we wanted to do our fundraiser and allow people to be able to get a tax deductible gift.
Any other questions?
The thing I like about our club foundation, Meredith, is that it's non-discriminatory. In other words, no matter how ill-gained the contribution is,
Oh, okay.
we will accept.
I wouldn't quite go that far, Dr. Lund, but we don't want to violate our 501c3 tax exemption.
Whoops.
I think we've exhausted our examples at this point.
I actually have one more question. With reference to the 5K, the Heart of the Valley, sorry. I donated to every Interact student that participated on that team $20.
Right.
And since that's a tax write-off, right?
Yes.
So was it at the time when we got those little verifications, is that our receipt?
Yes, that's your receipt.
So there's not going to be one lump you donate much. Okay.
Well, we probably could do that, Vicki. We just haven't gotten to that point because we don't have the manpower, but you're right. You could have gotten that. Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Valerie, I have a question, and that is, do you know if any of the money is going for COVID relief in other countries or anything? Have you heard any of that?
I have not, but I've gone on the Rotary website several times, and I was looking at some of the possible grants and how certain relief is given. So again, it's not really for polio, but I'll follow up and send some additional information to everyone about some of the how some of the funds are going to more specifics.
Okay.
I'll pull it.
Bye, Valerie. You got to go.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll see you next time. Thank you for joining.
Yes.
It was wonderful seeing you, Valerie.
Thanks, Valerie.
Yeah.
Thank you, Valerie.
Thank you.
Thanks, Valerie.
Dennis?
Yes, we're staying.
I have a report about the Hunt Across the Border program. On February 20th, they're going to inaugurate the new classroom, computer classroom at 12 p.m.
Are they going to be able to do a Zoom to let us know, or are they not?
They are, but I'll probably be there too.
Okay.
If I get my second vaccine shot, I will go.
Well, you can just go on Facebook and live stream it for us, Jose.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we can all participate. If you live stream it on your Facebook, that'd be great.
Yeah.
If anybody else wants to go, you're welcome.
Jose, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. You were kind of muted. On February 20th, what's happening?
We're inaugurating the classroom in Tijuana. The computer
okay.
classroom.
Okay.
The
Gonna
new
have their
room that we're providing
presentation.
the computers for. So, yeah.
Oh, great.
February 20th. I think it's at noon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Noontime.
I'd come in right now because of these guys, right? Right, that's why. I just heard her barking and I thought maybe you were there.
Any other announcements that we want to make sure? Jose has given the announcement that what we're going to make, so.
I just had a question for Ken,
Yeah.
and that is, what do you think of the Rams
Oh,
quarterbacks?
What do I think about the Rams quarterback situation?
Yes.
The
I
trade,
don't make head or tail out of it. Jesus, I can see why they got rid of Goff, but I'm still not sold on why they got the new guy in there.
what, someone's
Oh,
doing
golf.
some work somewhere.
That's Jim.
You went
Oh.
to Detroit, actually, Jim. They switched him.
Yeah, Stafford. I mean, Stafford's a pretty good quarterback, Jim. He's not too bad.
Jim, you're muted. You're
You're
muted.
muted, you're muted, you're muted, Jim.
that might be better.
You were buzzing, Jim.
Jim, you're on mute.
Yeah.
There you are. All right. Well, here's a prediction. Matthew Stafford is going to take him to the Super Bowl within 2 years.
Yeah, he's a pretty good quarterback. That was an interesting trade.
He's
but,
got-
yeah.
He's got a little more pizzazz, but who
Yeah.
knows? Who knows anymore?
Who knows?
While we're on this important subject, who is going to win the Super Bowl?
I don't care.
Well, a guy just put $2.3 million on Tom Brady in Las Vegas, and he gets 3 points. I think 3.5 points. So Tom Brady might lose, but if they lose by a point, this guy wins. Big.
Wow.
What's the point spread right now in the game itself?
I think it's 3.5 or 3.
Kansas City's giving them 3.5
Yeah, the Tampa
Yeah,
Bay underdog
yes.
by 3,
Yeah.
3.5.
in their own hometown. Hmm?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. That's because Mahomes is the hot quarterback.
He is. He's
Well,
wonderful. He's fun
experience
to watch. He's fun to watch. Mahomes is
Yes,
fun to
he
watch.
is.
Yeah.
So, Mr. President,
Yeah.
how about if we do a pool for the Super Bowl, $100 a square, and we share the revenue 50% with the winner and 50% to the club.
Do it.
Do it.
How many squares you want, John?
Let's go. I'll buy a couple. I'll win with myself. I'll be the only one buying squares, and then I'll have to give half of it away.
No, we can make it simple. Why don't you just write a check to Rotary Club of West Covina Foundation?
Man, you guys are good.
Yeah. Oh, Monica,
Yes, sir.
when you get a chance, you email me for next week.
I have some ideas going
Okay.
on, but I'm trying to find something a little more elaborate. If not, I may just resort to the
I just
I had today. But
like to know what's going on.
Mr. President?
Yeah.
Since there's been considerable interest within our club on the peace conference with Garbus passing on, the district leadership has appointed Roger Schulte as the chair for this year. The committee is going to move forward and with first mission is to decide on a theme and speakers, et cetera. But the peace conference for sure will be in part a tribute to Garbus. And that is separate and different from what the Laverne Club will do in terms of recognition for him as an individual. But that step has been taken. Again, Roger has accepted the chair and he's moving forward. So that's the update on that topic.
Drexel, do you know if they're setting up any kind of fund or anything in memory of Jarvis for the peace conference? Has that conversation been held at all?
As I said, the Laverne Club is taking the lead on doing a personal tribute for Garbus, and I do not have an update on that. They've promised to send it out once they figure out what they're going to do.
Okay.
Super.
Well, I hope they don't take too long to do it because these things fade with time.
Yeah. It'd be good to see if Mr. Schulte would speak to us at some point when things get a little more defined. Give him a chance to get settled in anyway. So. All right. I think that does everything for me. And we will bring up the four-way test and let everybody have a good day. So first,
Is it the truth?
second, is it
fair to
all
all
concerned?
third,
Will it
Will
build
it build
Build
goodwill and better
goodwill,
friendship?
better friendship.
and fourth, will it be
Beneficial to all concerned?
All concerned.
and fifth,
Is it
Fun.
make it fun, even though David isn't here. We're gonna
Yeah,
have
that's right.
fun. So
Anybody
thanks,
have any,
everybody. Have a good week.
Have a good
Thank
week.
you. You
We'll see
too.
you next
Have a
Wednesday.
wonderful.
anybody have any news about Phyllis?
What do you mean? What do you mean news about Phyllis?
I talked to her yesterday.
Yeah.
She